Hi, this is Sean with Chiha Information Technology Services. This is a part 3 of my video on how to buy a laptop, and what we're going to do with this particular video is we are just going to look at gaming laptops. We've got Dell, Asus, Tuxedo, and Framework again. We want something that's reasonably portable as well, so we're not going to get a full-size laptop. So we're going to go for computers and accessories, laptops, gaming. Here, we're going to go for laptops, for gaming, and we're going to go with Republic of Gamers. For Tuxedo here, we are going to, once again, go to notebooks, and we do not actually want the largest one. We want it to still be portable. So we are going to go with the 15 to 16 inch setup. And Framework, once again, we are going to go for a 16 inch one. The thing with these corporate laptops is that they always offer pre-builds. Dell's gaming line is Alienware. So these are all Alienware PCs. Asus's gaming line is Republic of Gamers, and Tuxedo and Framework do not have a gaming specific line. They're just Tuxedo and Framework. We're looking at Alienware 16-inch laptops. We actually do want them with the numpad because that can actually be useful in certain gaming setups. What we're looking at is either this one or this one. We don't want this 18-inch laptop right here. That's nowhere close to portable. We've got the Alienware 16X Aurora, or we got the Alienware 16 Aurora. I'm honestly not certain what the difference is between these, but this one costs $1,049 and this one costs $1,449. I'm going to go with the cheaper of the two. Windows 11 Home, GeForce RTX 4050, this one comes with 5050, and this one comes with 5070. Let's go back and search the 16X. This one has an option to have 32 gigabytes of RAM, or even 64. Now if you want a monster, you can go with this one. However, this one right here should do just fine. They've got some different, tech support options and whatnot. However, as it says right here, $1,449. Now, we've got Asus Republic of Gamers. We are looking for 16-inch laptops. So display size, we're going to look for 16-inch. We're also going to want to look for ones that have a number pad on them. And the unfortunate part is, in order to see that particular detail, you need to actually click on each individual one. Not exactly consumer friendly. It would appear that ones that have a keyboard that is about this wide right here do not have a numpad. So the ones with a numpad will most likely extend all the way out to the edges. This one again does not have weight. That looks like a touchpad numpad. I don't think I've ever seen a laptop actually do that. It does not appear that any of Asus's gaming laptops have a numpad. So, let's look at what else we have as far as options. We might want to look for how much memory it has. For gaming, you're going to want a little bit more memory. We're going to select 32 gigabytes because 32 gigabytes is probably what I would consider just about baseline for any high-quality gaming. This thing has NVIDIA, and NVIDIA. This one actually looks like the best as far as the graphics goes. Same screen size, same screen type, higher storage. We're going to select that one for this purpose here, and I'm going to close out of the rest of these. Over on Tuxedo, we've already selected a screen size of 15 to 16 inches. Let us look for different NVIDIA and AMD setups. Let's see, this one's got a AMD Radeon, this one's got NVIDIA. That's a pretty huge price difference. I'm going to go with the AMD Radeon. Some people say NVIDIA is better for gaming, so on and so forth. I'm not so sure I agree with that particular assessment. We're going to go with 32 gigabytes, main storage of 500. Again, with Tuxedo, you have to make sure that you have the proper keyboard selected. On this one, everything but English, US, ANSI, which is English, US, International, is sold out. If you're going to use Linux, you can use Linux. However, we are going to go without Linux on this one, because odds are, if you are gaming, you're going to want Windows. And we are going to want Windows 11 Pro to make the total for this one 1,505.88 euros, $1,769.96. Now, one last one. We're looking at framework this time. So for framework, it looks like my only option for a CPU is going to be one of these Ryzen AI modules. We can go with this one right here. That should be just fine for gaming. You might want the NVIDIA module, or you might want the Radeon module. In this case, we're going to go with the NVIDIA module. We're going to go with 32 gigabytes. However, we are going to go with a 2x16 setup. As far as primary storage, we're going to go with 500 gigabytes. We're going to go with Windows 11 Pro. For a bezel, I'm going to go with black. For expansion cards, or a couple of USB-As, a USB-C, we're going to want an HDMI for an external monitor, a DisplayPort for an external monitor, and in case you want to plug in some headphones, we'll have the audio port right there. And this one comes out to $2,659. For the Alienware, we are looking at $1,449. For the Asus, we're looking at $2,800. For the Tuxedo PCs, we are looking at $1,769.96. And for the framework, we'd be looking at $2,659, plus a $100 deposit, and it won't ship until December. Prices we're looking at $1,449, $2,800, $1,770, and $2,659. That makes the framework marginally better than this Asus right here. However, that puts this Alienware laptop at the top. Somehow I am scarcely surprised by this. It seems to be a pretty solid laptop, and that's what I could recommend for at least base model gaming. That's all I have to say about gaming laptops. How about I show you how to configure a actual desktop PC next time?